What is your reaction to what occurred in Israel on Saturday?
I wasn't surprised. Anybody who's been paying attention to the suffering of Palestinians now would know that there is no people who can withstand the kind of intense subjugation and oppression, ethnic cleansing, settler colonialism that they have, and just acquiesce to their suffering and oppression. At some point, Palestinians, like all people, are going to demand freedom and resist occupation. And they have tried every avenue of political means, every avenue of peaceful resistance, and every single step has been blockaded to them. So there was no surprise at what has happened, just extreme tragedy that we have allowed this to happen as an international community because of the lack of will to start imposing international law and treat Israel as a state that should not be afforded the luxury of impunity in the way that it subjugates Palestinians and oppresses them.
Do you separate Hamas from Palestine?
No, I think it's a question that doesn't really make sense because...
Well, Hamas is a terrorist organisation.
What's the function of your question, though? A lot of media and analysts keep making this about Hamas versus Israel. Let's get back to the nature of who is Israel. It is a state that was imposed on a majority Indigenous population through ethnic cleansing, through massacres, through depopulation and refugee crisis. It's a settler colony. It's an apartheid state by every human rights organisation in the world. Hamas does not represent all of Palestinians, but every single Palestinian, whether from the West Bank, from Gaza, the refugees, the Israeli Arabs who are discriminated against, are all wanting freedom and liberation.
Okay, there has been violence from both sides over many, many years.
Wrong.
Absolutely, there has been.
Not
by both
equal,
sides
not equal.
Over many, many years. There is no way you can sit there and not condemn the actions of Hamas.
Why are you questioning my humanity here?
Well,
I'm trying to paint Palestinians and me, people who are just demanding basic dignity and freedom.
I have immense sympathy for innocent Palestinian civilians. I shed tears when I saw kids in hospital in Gaza that were the victim of this.
God bless white women's tears. God bless white women's tears.
Now you're attacking my race. If your people have been oppressed, if they are occupied, wage a war. If you feel justified in waging a war, fight Israeli soldiers with guns. The Israeli government is sending out warnings to civilians. Yes, this is their retaliation.
Are you here to scream at me or interview me?
I'm not screaming at you at all.
You're not letting me talk.
This is my show. Okay, talk.
Okay. You do realise that Palestinians are under military occupation?
Absolutely.
You do realise that there is a siege there. We do not have a standing army. You do realise that Israel is armed to the teeth. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the settler violence that happens on a daily basis, the murder of Palestinian children by Israelis. Talk to me about occupation.
Do you condemn Hamas then? Tell me that.
I have already said that I condemn the violence that Hamas perpetrated.
Hamas as an organisation, a terrorist organisation, will you condemn them?
I don't see them as a terrorist organisation.
You will not condemn the organisation that perpetrated that violence on innocent people.
What is the purpose of a terrorist label here? Then let's talk about Israel's terrorism against Palestinians. Israel is the occupying power. It is the settler colony. It is the one that has the international human rights organisations declaring that it is practising apartheid here. Bring international law in. Let them investigate Hamas, but let them investigate Israel too.
I condemn any violence on any side that kills innocent civilians every day of the week. Read my column in the Daily Telegraph today. I wrote about that. I said Israel must follow the rules of war, despite the crimes and the atrocities committed against them by Hamas.
The only way Israel is going to be able to follow the rules of law is if it is denied the impunity in which the international community has given it, and if politicians and the media start doing their jobs.
You have had a fair say, and I thank you very much for coming on my show.
Thank you.
Thank you.